Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to our day 5 training on SQL, and where we'll be learning today how to make use of group by. Okay, so let's start moving with it. So let me start sharing my screen. Hope you can see it. So to help you people understand, so we'll be learning two concepts. One is aggregate functions. Then we will be learning group by. These are the two major things what we are concentrating today to learn and understand. So with respect to aggregate functions, we have five aggregate functions. Whenever I say functions, it should have a round bracket. So aggregate functions, what we have is count, sum, max, min, and average. These are the aggregate functions what we'll be learning. To learn this, I'll be giving you some sample data which I'll be preparing, and then we'll be learning how to make use of group by. Okay. So to learn this, so as usual, I'll be creating some database others. Create database group by. Use group by. Preferably, let me use group by underscore examples. Then I'll be creating a very simple table which will help me to help you people understand it. So I'll be creating a table. Create table. So let me call this one as marks underscore, I'll call it as internal assessment marks. Okay, this is the table name, internal assessment marks. This is the table name, and to adjust the things to understand how it looks. So for that, I'll be going with some sample data. So I'll go with student ID. Okay, this is one column which I want to have it. I want to join. Okay. So today we are learning on aggregate functions. Anyone join with the help of group by? These are five aggregate functions. To understand these aggregate functions, I'll be taking the help of some sample data. Okay. So create table with IMark student. So I'll be taking the subject. I'll be going with subject. Then I'll go with gender. Okay. And I'll be taking the help of marks. Okay. Simple. Is this enough? Yeah, it's more than enough for this one. So student ID will be an integer. Subject will be character up to 25. And gender will be enum. This is one more data type which will store only M or F. Comma. And marks will be an integer. There are five columns. Student ID, subject, gender, and marks. Okay, this is my table. And to adjust the value, insert into student IMR values. So what is that I need to insert first is ID. I'll go with 1. Subject, I'll go with SFMC. And then gender, I'll go with M. And marks, it will, let's assume that it will take a maximum value of 25. So I'll go with 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'll go with 7 people. So the same ID person, but it is for SQL. And let's assume that we have scope 20. Okay. And then I'll go with 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5 will be null, null, and 0. This will be M, and remaining will be yeah. Okay, so we have only two subjects now. So SFMC, SQL, SFMC, SQL, and SFMC, SFMC, and SFMC. Okay, this is good. And let us have um, M, M, F, 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 F. Okay, good. And M, this is good. And with respect to this 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is pretty much what I wanted. 25, 20, 25, one is 0. So let's have two of them with 12. mm, uh, Pretty much okay. Okay, let us create this. Minus square minus u root minus p root. I'll be creating this entire thing. Select star from I underscore max. Okay. Now, now it's time to learn these aggregate functions: count, sum, max, min, average. Preferably try to apply this on int type. Preferably apply this on int type. So let us see and understand how count works and what is the result it will give. Count basically tells you the number of rows. As the name says, gives the number of rows with data. Okay. To understand this better, so I'll be going with select count star from IMOs. 2, 3. So let us go with three things. So first I'll go with star. Then I will go with student ID. You can specify the column. Then I'll go with uh, which one is null? Okay, subject is null. I'll go with subject. Let us see and understand what is the result we get one by one. The first one is pretty simple, straightforward. It should tell me the number of rows present. So how many rows we have? 7 rows. This is pretty straightforward. So we have 7 rows here. Second one, student ID. So this will also give us 7 rows. Select count student ID. This is the column name from IMX. What it is giving? The number of rows. This should give us 6. Why? If you see subject, we have SFMC, SQL, SFMC, SQL, SFMC. Null is not considered as a value. Consider this as blank. I'm just showing, don't relate it to exactly the marks type here. Just I'm showing this one for your information. Okay. So 77765. Okay. Perfect. So are we clear? Count gives you the number of rows with data. The student ID is also 7. Subject is 6 because one of them is blank. Are we clear? Now, sum is very simple. Add the data in each row. It adds the data from each row. Now, it's pretty simple and straightforward. We can just, instead of sum, instead of count, we'll go with sum and preferably use marks. Marks makes it more relevant. Marks makes it more relevant than others. So to understand this, so we have to add this, right? So we have 6 people, 25, 20, 25, 25, 20, 25, 12, 25. So what is the result? So it is 107. 107. So that is what I'm expecting here also. Pretty simple and straightforward. Just add all those. So can you see this? So now you can just trust this sum. Sum will give you the. So now it comes the average, max and min. What is max? 25. What is min? 0. Then max, min, and average. Pretty simple and straightforward. So you can just execute all the three and you should be getting the result. So maximum marks is 25, minimum marks is 0, and average marks is 15.75. You can calculate it directly here. So 107 divided by 7. Yeah, 107 divided by 7. So the answer is 15.2857. So this is how aggregate function works. Count, sum, max, min, and average. Okay. Now, how do we make use of this one with the group by is interesting. How do you make use of this one with group by is what we have to learn. So are we clear with aggregate functions? Anyone has any questions? Do let me know. No questions? Okay. If you have questions, feel free to question me. Now we'll make use of these functions. We will make use of these functions to check some of the data. Now, I'll make use of this in the same table, which I am showcasing currently to make you people understand very simple. So first, let me explain you people group by. Let me explain you people group by. So first you'll write select as we know. Then you'll write from. Then if required, you'll write where. Then you'll go with order by, correct? Then you'll go with group by. Now, we are learning select and from is mandatory, where order by group by is optional. It depends on how you write the query. Today, we are learning select, from, and group by majorly. Okay. So let me type the query. Select, from, group by. Group by will help you to bring all the records together in a group. Example, let's take an example of M and F here. So you will apply group by on columns like marks, gender, and subject, not on the student ID. Rarely being used, but still you can use it. So it should be based majorly on. It should be majorly on this. So let's try to understand. I just want to see how many of the students are male and female. How many students are male and female? How many students we have? 7. Okay, currently. So to make it simpler, first try to understand select here. From we know it should be IA marks, correct? From it is table name, IA marks. Always go by group by. It's not select first. First you should go by group by. Group by which column? Gender column. When you type a column name in the group by, that should be present in gender column. That is in the select one. That should be present in select. So I'll be executing 2 queries. First, let me execute this and I'll be executing some. Okay, watch my screen first. What do you see? So we are seeing emender, right? So I'll write select star from IA marks. What do you get? You'll get this. So select gender from IA marks. What do you get now? Select gender from IA marks. It will only display gender. Correct? It will only display gender because you have typed gender. Very simple and straightforward. There is a keyword also. If I type select distinct, distinct, gender column from IA marks, you will get emender. This is good. What is this is trying to showcase? Select distinct will just display unique values from this column. Unique columns, unique values from this column. But this is not group by. Now, let us understand what is group by is doing. Group by, first it will go to this column. It will pick one value and all the other values which are coming here will be placed under that. So let's assume, keep it simple. We are in a classroom. Now, in this classroom, if I ask a question or if I ask, let's assume that I'm in a classroom, I'll ask all the students, all the boys come one side, all the girls go to the other side. Okay. Then they are separated by group. So now we have a group of people. Now we have a group of people. Okay. That's what this is doing. Distinct is not grouping. Okay. This is not interesting. When it will be interesting, when we bring aggregate functions into this group. When we bring aggregate functions into this group. Let's try to go with one by one. Okay. So now out of this group, I want to know how many of them are belonging to gender male and female. That is the question. I have this table. I have this table. Okay. And I want to see how many of them are male and female. How many of them are male and female. So how do I do it? So now first you should group it. Select group it. Then you will apply count on the value which you prefer, like student height. Count the student height. So let's see the result. Then the numbers are very small. It will be easy for you people to calculate. How many people we have? 7. So how many you can see? Male are 3, female are 7. So let us see this. Select star from student. IMRs. Are you able to map the result? Then it will be interesting. So what we are trying to count, we want to know how many people belong to gender male and female. And here you can see 3 and 4. And if you count, it is 1, 2, 3. 3 students are male and 4 students are female. Pretty simple, straightforward numbers and easy to calculate. Hope you're clear. Anyone has any question? Are you able to map the results? Akash, Kaushik, Vijay, Kavya. Yes, Vijay.
Hi, Chandra. Can we edit this table, which is already existing, Chandra?
You can edit the table. Editing
Rows.
table is not an issue.
Okay.
But what we are doing is we are trying to just display the data. Editing means you want to update the value.
Yes, sir.
You can update it. The command is different. What do you want to change?
If you want to change any value in for example, marks, we need to change for third or second row.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Which
can do
command
it.
can we use?
You can use update command. I have not taught you people on those things because I thought select is more relevant for our training. There are commands which can be used. So I'll paste that and I can also pick that one.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we can see. So it is update command. Update table name. And what do you want to change? For example, I want to change the person who has scored 12 here, which is 2 for SQL. So I want it to be 15. I can do it. So set marks is equal to 15, but I cannot do it for all. It has to be very clearly been set where student underscore ID is equal to 2 and the subject, very important, and the subject is equal to display. Yeah, this will be it. Okay, I think I should remove this. Select star from, can see that it is updated. Are we good? Perfect, thank you.
Question.
So now let us continue with our learning. So let me clear it, let me log in it again. And I want to change the database. Select star from IA marks. Now, what is it I want to do? Let us go over some of the things. Let us pick the scenarios and then I want to know how many people belong to gender male and female. We did that with this query. Right. So with the help of this one, I'll just paste this one at it. This one I'm just confused. Okay. Now we got to know how many people belong to gender male and female. Now I want to know how many people have scored marks in different categories. Like how many people have scored 0, how many people have scored 1, how many people have scored 2, and like that. So how do you do it? To understand this and then select from group by. We can also have where condition. I am grouping them by marks. Okay, first always try to understand what do you want to group. That has to be present in select. Okay, that is very important. First try to type this one. Then we'll try to apply aggregate functions. So there are people who have scored 25. They have scored people 20, 15, and 0. There are no people who have scored 0, 1, 2. Okay, just for example, 1, 2, 3. So these are the groups. Okay. Now you can apply aggregate functions. Now I want to know how many students have scored those categories 25, 20, 15, and others. So what do you count? You have to count student ID. So you have to improvise the query, always try to map it this way, and then we can go through. So what do you see now? 25 is scored by 3 people, 20 is scored by 1, 15 is scored by 1, and 0 is scored by 2 different people. 20 is scored by 2 different people. Now we don't know which gender they belong. We don't know which gender they belong to. Now let's make it more interesting. Okay, are we people able to map it? If not, please stop me at any point of time. Now, I want to know how many people belonging to gender male have scored 0, female 0, male 25, female 25, and all the other categories. So as usual, I'll be typing from the scratch, select from group by. Always try to practice this. I want to group them by gender first, comma, then I want to group them by marks. So it's a simple story. I'll ask my students to first separate. Okay, everyone who is belonging to gender male come to this left hand side. People who are belonging to female gender come back onto the right hand side. Okay, then anyone who has scored 0, just make a group into it. So this is what it is happening now. So marks. So now anything which is in group by should be in select. Don't forget that. This is very important. First, let us see the result of this one. Then we'll apply some aggregate functions. Okay. Are we good? So now you can see There are people who belonging to gender male 25, male with 20, F with 25, F with 15, F with 0, and M with 0. Okay. So I want to check as usual how many of them belong to that group. What is the count they belong to? As usual. Let's see. It should be always 7. As we know, we have only 7 students here. Here. Male 25, 1 person, male 20, 1 person, female 25, 2 people. Say female belonging to 15 marks, 1 person, female 0, male 0, 1 each. So totally it should be 7. Are we good? Hope you are able to map it. So this is how you'll go with group by. Now I want to make it more interesting, and I'll be using employees table. So let's do the same thing. Let's do this pretty much same on employees table first. Okay, let's go with pretty much same on the employees table. Okay, so let's see what do we have. We have describe employees. Describe employees, and I want to see employee number, birth date, first name, last name, gender. We can go with gender and hire date. Yeah, we can go with gender and hire date. It's not an easy to map it and understand, but still we'll give a try to go with it. Or let's do with simpler table first. Let's go with simple one. How many employees are there? Very simple. How many? We want to know how many employees are there. So what is the query you'll be writing? Select count star from employees. It is simple. So we have 3,24,000. Very good, simple. Now we know that. Now I want to know how many people belonging to gender male and female. How many people belong to gender male and female? Okay. How many people belong to gender male and female? So to do that, I'll be writing this. Select from group by. Don't forget to practice this. Select from group by. It's based on gender. Right? So yeah, we have gender. From the table employees, and then group by gender. Pretty simple, straightforward query. It will not give you any interesting result, but it will help you to understand. Okay, we have amended. That's wonderful. Very good. Now you need to count the employee number. You have to count the employee number. Count employee number. EMP underscore. Now you'll get the number of male and female. Is it good? Now, I'm not a person who will be satisfied with this, but I will be satisfied only after adding 179,973 plus 12,005. Is it 3,24,000? Yes, it's 3,24,000. I'm pretty much okay. I'm pretty much satisfied with it. Okay, so this is one interesting one. So let us use world, and now let us select star from city. Let's try to apply some interesting things here. Okay. Now it's it's all about data. You people have to start thinking about data. We have a lot here. I'll be explaining it. I will explain what I want, and then I'll apply that. Okay. First, we have country code, we have district, we have population. Very interesting 3 columns. So I want to know. I want to display only India. Select star from city where country code is equal to IND. 341. Okay, pretty much good. Now I want to know how many of the district fall under each country code. How many of them fall under each country code? So select as usual from group by. group by country code. This has to be placed here as usual, and then it is from the city table. So first always try to group it, then try to apply all the other aggregate functions. There are many more aggregate functions which will be used. There are 232, and what do you see? It's all grouped out of 4,079 records. Okay, we have India also. Now we know what is the count of India, so we'll go with that. So the query will be more interesting now. So because I'll be going with counting the ID. So let's have that best practice followed. Anyone who's typing query, try to follow these best practices, uppercase and lowercase. It's not mandatory. Now this is interesting, right? Observe this. I cannot verify all of them. I trust SQL. I trust SQL. I cannot verify all. I can do one or two. One, two, three. Okay. Let's go with these three, or let us go with India. IND it's 341. I can trust this. Now, what I can do to trust this or do something, I'll go with ZWE. Okay. ZWE, ZWE, and AFG. ZWE and select star from city, where country code in, because it's more than one, single quotes, AFG and ZWE. Just to confirm the count. Okay. AFG 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is pretty much good, where I can trust it. Okay. And I want to add some of them. So let's take anything which is 2. Now I want to make use of things like some max min average. I want to know the total population in those country codes. Okay. To make it more interesting, now select from group by. Group by is on country code. Country code. Count some max min average. Count is on the ID. Sum is on population. I know it's not easy for us to calculate, so we'll do a simple math there and average. I know. Is it easy for us to understand this? No, it's not an easy thing to do. Correct? Yes, no. It's not at all an easy to check whether we can do it or not, but we can do it other way. Like checking some of the numbers like 1 or 2, like 2, anything which is having 2, 4, 2 here, ASM. Let's try to go with ASM and see whether we can ASM, this one. If we trust this, we can trust all the others, correct? And if you remember, we have done some max min average, so I can trust this result also. Okay, let's do one so that we are satisfied with it. I am not satisfied usually, but I'll be satisfied only after doing it. I'll go with ASM. Okay. What is the result of ASM? It's 7523, 5200, 2323, and others. Okay. So let's do it on ASM. do this now. Okay. So population is 5200. 5200 plus 2323. So what is the, it's 7523 as sum. Okay. Maximum is 5200, minimum is 2323. This is also good, which we can verify it quickly. And also it's divided by 2. So the answer should be 3761.5 ASM. Okay. We have ASM here. This is 75235200 max. Okay. This is good. So I can trust all the others also. Now, what do I want is I want to have more grouping. Like I want to do it only on India. I want to do it only on India. So let's try to do it only on India. So what is that additional grouping I want to do it is I want to do it. Let's try to understand. I want to group it based on district also. Okay. So don't forget to place again. First, I'll run this. I know it's not easy to map it and understand. It's taking a lot of time, right? Now, I want to do it only on India. This is where we can go with where keyword. Where country code is equal to country code is equal to 9. Now let us see what is the result we get. Now you can see some of the interesting. First, we have group with India. The previous one was a bit different. It was going with country code Gaza 1, country code, then the district. Now you can see this is making more sense. IND Maharashtra 35, IND Delhi 3, IND West Bengal 46, Tamil Nadu 28, and you can see all the others. There are 26 rows. It is going with India, Maharashtra. There are 35 districts. This is the total population. This is the max, min, and average. Hope you can map it here. Then Rajasthan, it's 4, it's 2. Jammu and Kashmir, it's 2. You can see this one. If you want to get it more clarification, you can just try to write select star from city where district is equal to Jammu and Kashmir, like this. Now you can add it, calculate it, and so we have Jharkhand, Assam, Kerala, right? Tripura. So Tripura, Uttaranchal is also good. You can check it out. This is 3. This is good. You can just calculate it. 3, 521,659 is the addition of it. This is the maximum value. This is the minimum value, and this is the average. If anyone has any questions, do let me know. This is what the things what we wanted to learn with the help of group by and aggregate functions. Anyhow, I have saved it. I'll be sharing it with people. Thank you.